Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Duckling Class 102 race. I am DM Stewart 1981, and this is my favorite week of the boot camp. It's Black Belt Week. Alongside me in the booth is outgoing Duckling Don Luffy DV. How we doing tonight, Luffy?
Hey, DM, I'm doing great. This is my favorite week as well. Black Belt is my favorite melee. I like to punch things. I like to go fast. I also like to open boxes, so that's a contradiction. But they're not going to be doing much of that tonight, probably. Am I right?
I would expect not. So we'll talk some about the flags. It's your normal sort of flags, but we have a short Topher. We have 200 to 400% boss HP. We have Ice, Ordeals, Marsh, Earth, Corneria Castle locked, and all of the usual NPCs. Note, tail is not incentivized. So if you see a hint for the tail, that's not actually telling you anything.
That's probably not going to want one. Probably not going to want one either, and we'll go over that in a little bit too. But there's a reason for that. It might sound kind of spooky to the ducks that are just starting out. Like, what do you mean? I need my promotion. You don't need promotion where we're going tonight, fam.
Heal Magic and Thief Swords. Okay, Thief Swords will at least get you started on get you started and be useful before you hit punches.
Yeah, it's something, you swing a little bit. Black Belt, they start doing some damage once you get a little bit of levels on them, but any kind of extra melee, like I don't even hate in the beginning picking up like an iron stick or something, but the fact that we can use Thief Swords right now, that's definitely pretty good. If we find like a rapier in the shop, we'll be set for the first 10 minutes of the game or so.
We'll be set till we get a grind, till we can get our grind on.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about the rest of the blessings?
Sure. So Red Mage has the improved Cat Claw and resists fire and time, which is pretty cool, but we don't see many Red Mages on screen tonight, and that's probably fine. White Mage has plus 10 MDef and equipped Gauntlet and Helmet. Who cares? It's a White Mage. And then we look at the Black Mage. Black Mage is pretty good. Plus 20 Vitality. Anytime you see that on a Black Mage, I get excited. And then Tally Magic just to boot, which is great. So that's pretty exciting.
This looks like Black Belt Black Mage None, or Black Belt Red None, or Black Belt Red Black None.
Yeah. There's three people on screen that have the preferred party. I think right here is Black Belt None Black Mage. It's the way these flags work. You're gonna learn a little bit about like speed and power and that mantra tonight.
And we're off. Yeah, this is very much a speed and power type flag set. We don't even want to go into fire. Oh, nuke. Nuke.
There we go. Okay.
Floaters behind Canaria key locked.
Okay, so we want that key pretty quickly, which is good. Now that we know we need that.
And that scimitar plus 5 will get us to our grind. Will get us to about level 12-ish.
Yeah, and then we got a Thor hammer as well for some free lightning 2 AoE, which is really good.
Yes, this flag set does have the random AoE because in case the black belt doesn't get something useful, then the black belt can use that AoE.
All right, let's see.
Now, this Garland is going to be a little bit beefy.
Was.
And that's a bottle.
Okay.
From the king.
Ruby.
And a ruby.
I knew it. It's always a ruby from these two.
Titans is not incentivized.
Yeah, there's something to be said in these flag sets. You play Black Belt Seeds enough, you kind of get a feel for when you're going to run into an item. It really just always feels like that the King or Sarah have the ruby in these because you never incentivize Titan's Trove. You just don't need it. So you're going to get that useless item pretty early.
Yeah, I mean, I could have incentivized Titan's Trove instead of Earth, but...
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
When Fox gets through Bridge Boss. And I'm seeing people opening greed chests, and
I mean, we're going to learn how to not do that. It's fine.
Yes, they are using some of the fun percent flags. Pancakes for the ruby.
All right, WinFox. 2 minutes 15 seconds at the Pirates feels really nice.
Yeah, that feels solid.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing we're going to see a lot of, hopefully, is encounter manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a decent hero run off the hard reset, so
probably takes the thought of an overworld grind off the table, most likely.
Yeah, most likely.
So I know some of the Ducks saw the seed last night, the boot camp and all that, but there's a very different kind of particular way to play black belts, and we'll talk a lot about that as we keep going on. You really got to change the mentality on how you play this game when you play a black belt seed specifically that's designed for them. You could take a black belt in any seed, but when the design is for the black belt and designed to go fast, you really have to adjust your play style in a lot of aspects, and we'll talk about that as we go along.
Yes, one of the biggest things to know is your breakpoints. And it's 12, 21, 32, 42.
Yep. That is 4, 6, 8, and 10 hits respectively for the black belt. And one of the fun things about these flags that you normally see when you know it's a black belt seed is the black belt halving the crit rate is turned off. So if we decide to go to 42, which we might see just for the memes, the 10 hits, 8 of them roll crits, you're going to be seeing some pretty substantial damage.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing substantial numbers.
Uh-huh.
And really, with 200 to 400 boss HP, that means chaos. That means chaos is going to roll somewhere between 4,000 and 8,000 health.
Yep.
10 hits seems like a real good idea with that.
Yep. The teams that took 2 party members, I think, goes that way. Yeah.
Then Adamant becomes a bottle.
Yep. Crown, actually,
Crown,
which we like quite a bit. That's on our way.
Yeah.
We like that. This is going to be probably what, Herb or Canoe? TNT. Turn around. TNT. Okay.
It's pseudo lazy dwarves.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's TNT. So presumably we're going to see WinFox go right back to the dwarves.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. What else incentivized? You said it earlier. So Marsh Cave Vanilla, is the only other thing we can get to here. So this has to be either our ship, our canal, or herb right now, or canoe. Like we're starting to realize, Oxyel, never mind. We're just going to have things be super rude tonight, and we're going to find the canoe soon, and we're going to have to go to Ice Cave and or Crescent Lake. That's fine.
Wait a minute. Wait, you said Ice Cave.
I did say Ice Cave.
Something else about these flags.
Yes.
The yellow trap tiles.
Yes. So something else to think about very specifically in a black belt seed is you want to recognize your trap tiles or spike tiles and where to take them and which one is the best. Ask anybody and you will say that the vanilla eye tile typically is the best place to grind for a black belt, provided that they don't have vanilla scripts. If they do, that's going to be a bad time.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Black Mage have telemagic?
Yes, they did.
So we just dropped down and warped right back up and get that eye and...
Yep. We do the warp trick from the other side of the 3 chests because we don't care about any of the boxes that are, not the eye tile box.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a different pathing in Ice Cave. There's a lot of different things you got to think about in black belt seeds. There's a target number that you want to have in mind. And some of you are here learning for the first time, and that's fine. Have fun playing the game, open your boxes, do what you want to do. But you really want to think about, in the early game here, stick to a number like 20. Think about 20 boxes max. It gives you a little money, gives you a bit of gear, it gives you some comfort. Once you start progressing and really getting into it, shoot for 10 or less. double-digit boxes are a no-no in this flag set. I'm very excited to see what Shanigan, one of our runners off stream, is opening. I guarantee you he opens 4 boxes maybe total.
Maybe 5. You might have to open 5 because there's 5 incentive. There's 5 incentive boxes.
Yep.
So you may have to open all 5.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I was the runner last night. My final score on boxes opened was 4.
Yep.
Oh, Windfox, take that free step.
It's
Go
a beautiful
around the other
thing.
way, get the free step.
Okay, Windfox into Marsh Cave. This is going to be something along the lines of Herb or Canoe. We're kind of running out of things here. Slab for sale in Elfland. Interesting. What was the price on that?
We are running out of options.
11K? Okay.
Oh, and I will let you notice that Windfox is up to level 10 on his 2 Light Warriors. Which also one other thing, the black belt that's level 12. That is grind available.
Yes, it is. All right, Herb here makes a lot of sense to me. That probably means we're going to run into the Canoe here from the King, because we have not had Canal and we have not had Ship, and we have to get out of the Inner Sea now. Somewhat.
Yeah, we have to get over to the others. We have to get something opened up, and that's...
So we're looking at...
going to be the Canoe.
Yeah, so we're looking at probably, at this rate, it's going to probably be Key. Either from the stages or in Ice Cave. It's going to be one or the other. Zombies with Blizzard feels kind of awkward, and something in that pack had Sleep something as well. The Undead always comes through with being the most annoying thing in the game.
Yes. So, thank you, Thavion. It's 11K. By the way, also, I'll shout out our restreamer Mechlin89 and our trackers, Goats Pirate and Thavion Hawk.
Thank you all. Alright, so let's get our Canoe, unless this is the Key, which would be really weird.
It can't be the Key.
Yeah, there we go. I was just making sure.
It can't be the Key because
that's the only thing that was left.
There's no way to turn. There's no way to get the floater, or there's no way to turn in the floater.
Yep. So that means that this might be able to fade ordeals here, which would be really nice, unless we run into a Canoe or a Canal and a Ship here from these 2 checks. If this is anything but a Canoe or a Canal or a Ship, I feel pretty good about this.
I think it has to be Canal and Ship.
It could be Key, because then we can get our floater and we already have the Canoe.
Yeah, that's the right call, Windfox. Noping out of that. And let's see what we got.
Checking Black Magic, level 6, Bane, Ice 3, Brack is level 1 nuke. It's really not going to really matter.
Yeah, I think we're looking for fast here.
Yeah, fast level 3. We saw it already.
Fast. Yeah.
Okay, so Canal here. Okay.
Then I guess maybe we're looking for warp.
Maybe
looking for warp where we have more than 2 charges of it.
Ooh, that's some free real estate there. 467 for houses. That feels really good.
Yeah, and maxing out those heal pots. That looks like Windfox is about to. That looks like Windfox is about to head to his grind.
Yeah, he's going to Ice Cave right now.
I think he's headed for that ice tile.
Yeah, I think so too. 11 minutes feels very, very good right now. There's a couple of numbers that I like to have in my head when playing this. I like to be, if I know it's vanilla tiles specifically, I want to be in Ice Cave at about the 15-minute mark minimum, or maximum, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I can get there any earlier, that's even better. Because you really want to just get there as fast as you can, get your black belt off the ground, and then the seed just comes out right before you from there. You really are kind of specifically drilled into a certain path because of the way things are incentivized in these flags, and that's something you really got to get accustomed to when you play them.
Yeah. I wonder where Cure 4 is, because that's about the only thing I would want to have a white mage for.
Yeah, with Life and Cure 3 on the black belt too, they're doing their best job to say we don't care.
Yeah,
they're trying, but it's
my
still...
reason being is that I want to do something very specific, and it's what I was doing last night when I was trying to do the ice grind. And that is, you use those ice tiles on the... Fairy in a Bottle goes to loot.
Okay, that feels really good. Okay.
So you use those tiles, ice tiles on the drop-down floor to drop your black mage, to drop your mages down to 1 HP. And you Cure 4, you hit your black belt with Cure 4. And then warp immediately.
Ooh, Silent Touch Sorcerers. That's mildly uncomfortable when I see anything with a touch attack.
Especially something that has as many hits as Sorcerers.
Yeah, the only thing that spooks me worse than Sorcerers is Gurmaduses.
The only thing that spooks me worse than that is... Okay, I don't dislike that play.
Alright, let's see here.
How
much HP do you have? More than 107, more than 137. You're punchy, that's a good sign. So less than 174. That should be... We should be one-shotting this very quickly.
Yeah, and that is a ship. Yeah, we should be...
Hey, Sweetie Bit Racing, thank you for the raid. And yeah, good luck to run these tomorrow. This is a fun flag set. Black Belt Week is a lot of fun.
Black Belt Week is a blast. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say that WinFox is doing that is incorrect. Well, I say incorrect. It's suboptimal. Is not putting that black mage in front.
Might be waiting for something. Maybe just trying to burn all the spell charges. You can pretty comfortably though take the weapon off the black belt now at level 19. Yeah, this black belt will be punching for more damage than it's swinging for. Yeah, and its black belt's actually doing less damage with the sword, which is cute.
Yeah, this black belt should be punching now.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so someone brings up... So Thavion in chat brings up that Siberian's going to get value from the slab buy. Really, WinFox is going to come back through and get that slab.
Yeah, he's got the ship and canal now. He has his path. He knows that the ruby is a dud, aside from whatever Sarda has. Bottle we can't turn in. He's looking for the key. So we're going to do probably Sarda, and then depending on what Sarda gives, we're going to do Ordeals right after that. And by then, we'll be 20 minutes in, and we'll be level 42. So, yeah. I fully expect them to move this black mage up here, because once they get their last nuke charge off.
Yep, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, you can already see 6 hits, 209 from that black belt, and they're a wee bay at level 22. Just wait, just wait.
Yeah, just wait for the big numbers to start coming out.
Number get big real quick.
Black belt casts punch. It's super effective.
Usually is. Ooh. Okay, so mummies have damage poison.
Ow.
Yeah.
Because they come in big packs.
They do. And there's a lot of them here in Ice Cave. There's a lot of them in Ordeals. There's a lot of them in Earth Cave. They're everywhere.
There's that tile and waterfall.
Yep. Hopefully we don't have to go there, but that is certainly a possibility. Yeah, WinFox could get them on the off tile. With the levels where he's at now, the black belt's getting increased MDEF as they go along as well. Yeah. But that is very, very spooky. If they ambush...
If I were to know about the damage poison, I would go to 47. I would go to 47 for the pseudo ribbon.
Could, but I think that with this circumstance in particular, with life magic on this black belt, you just bring up the black mage at 42 and you exit out. We don't even have to walk out of here if we didn't want.
That's true.
But in a normal circumstance where we didn't have life in the black belt, and I knew that damage poison was out there, and I knew they were ambush happy, you're 100% right.
And
31.
This should be 32.
33? No, not quite. Okay, so this is 32
yes,
then.
And
yeah.
Yep, there's 32. There's 8 hits. 8 for 720.
Yeah, we're still going to take this to 42, I think. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the two-man party,
Yep.
with the two-man party and the 40 or in the 200 to 400% scaling for HP, I think 42 is the right choice.
I agree. I want to ask Theanar after this if they forgot that they had warp or if they didn't have any warps because they walked their way through Ice Cave.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah, that's
sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget. I've done it.
I just forgot about it with the. Well, actually, more I forgot that the black belt had life on them.
Mm-hmm. So 8 hits, 1267. Now you're starting to see that number go even higher. That's only level 39 too.
Yeah.
Every one of these punches has a chance to crit too, which is just massive damage. Faster than this black belt. Yeah, good times.
Yep. Fast on the black belt is going to get some just
silly numbers.
Absolutely silly numbers.
Yeah. This is going to be good. The Windfox can be done with their grind before 20 minutes. That's going to feel really good.
That's 42 right there.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I guess we're just going to keep going.
I think Windfox is going for the pseudo ribbon.
Yeah, why not? The added layer of security in a two-man party, you're feeling really good. You have a general idea about where you have to go now. Like, I don't hate this at all. The seat is going to start melting before him.
I actually, in a two-man party, I fully support doing the pseudo ribbon.
Yeah. 1.5 XP on the black belt says too that this takes, a third of a time that it normally would. So yeah, I like it.
And again, that 1.5 XP is because this is designed as a black belt seed. We want to make it where you can run that black belt and not have to not take as long on your grind.
Windfox is going to go to 50? Nah, we're good. We're good there. Okay.
No, we're good on the and immediately uses a house. That's a great call.
Swap the party.
And now things start running away.
Yep. Pop quiz. Where's the ship?
It was located. It was out of Ice Cave.
Yes.
It's at Provoca.
Correct.
It's at Vanilla.
Correct.
And Windfox knows it.
Yep.
We may not see a lot of Encounter Manep.
I mean, if there's a decently long run off the hard reset, then we might not need it.
And
for sale here.
I think he's
topping off on resources here. There was no save items aside from cabins and Canaria, so it's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, stocking up on tents for potential Encounter Maneps.
Yeah, why not? Alright, we have our canal. We're getting out of the inner sea. We have our ruby. I think we're probably going to Melman Continent first, right? You think?
Oh, I don't like
Case
this.
to be made for ordeals, I guess.
Oh,
I like it.
Could be
I like it.
No, unless you. Oh, Windfox slab. Slab at
okay.
Elfland.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to need to go and get in the air anyway, and we can't turn it until we're in the air. So as long as we remember that, it's okay.
That's fair.
It's okay, but we'll see. We know the bottle turns into the loot. Don't know if Windfox did get that hint, but we know that. And we know that the key cannot be floater locked. So we're going to have to get that beforehand. There's a chance we do not need that slab.
There is a chance that slab is the ruse stick.
Yeah, there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, small one, but it is possible.
And Windfox making the way through the maze.
I wonder why. I'm curious why Siberian is doing the full party grind here.
That would be something we could ask.
Yeah, just curious. Like, yeah. The full party grind here. I mean, there's some security there. I get it, but I mean, I don't think we really need to, especially with these a lot of menuing going on here.
Yeah.
Goats, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Rod, crystal. Okay.
Crystal out of
okay.
Ordeals. And I fully support using that exit to get out.
I do too. I was hoping we would see my third favorite vanilla grind tile. Those zombie dragons.
Zombie D is a surprisingly good grind tile.
Yeah. Oh, nice play here by Windfox. Also going to show you guys the seldom used but very convenient Matoya River Dock.
Yes.
This is good. If this is key, we just walk to the Canaria Armory. This is great.
Strangely enough, I've used the Matoya River Dock more often.
Oh,
it's the ruse stick.
That's a bummer. Okay, so that means we have to go to Sarda, and we're gonna have to get that slab now.
Yeah, let's get that slab right now.
Yeah, this is always gonna probably be a full clear simulator anyway. It would have been some good luck to not have to do that slab.
But there's only the one zonk, so.
And it's certainly in a worse spot than, nothing's worse than walking down to turn in that slab and have it be an item that you don't want. Like, oh, man.
Oof. That's when you hate to see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Windfox. You're not going to get that slab?
I think he's probably waiting for the airship. Hopefully. I hope they didn't forget it. We'll see. Knowing that we're going to need the airship to finish at this point, there's really no true reason to go back and get that slab just yet. We could have translated it while we're here, and there's something to be said for that for routing purposes, but we're going to need it, and we're going to need the airship, so I don't hate it.
Yeah.
6 in one hand, half dozen in the other at this point when it comes to where he's at in the seat, honestly. I think. Oh, spicy. Okay, so confirmed ordeals should be faded, period. But that's it. That's our no mode, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep, and Inferna on the grind. Inferno's got the grind is at 30.
They are not very far behind picking up that key. And they're at 42 also. They're right behind Windfox.
Yeah.
The only thing... Okay, so what had him catch, he did not go to ordeals. That cost Windfox a tiny bit of time.
Siberian Bull did have a wipe, but it's okay because Sogo is on. Save on game over.
Alright, so we left with an incomplete black belt as well, but we have a party full of mages with lots of nukes, so that's fine?
It's fine, question mark? The loot goblining is less so.
Siberian, we're gonna have a nice long chat about how to not open boxes.
Yeah.
I was saying 20 boxes. We're already over 20. Stop.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine.
This is
That's a thought,
not
baby.
meant to. This is not meant to.
Oh yeah, not at all. We're just having fun.
We're having fun with it, and letting people in the letting our people watching know that these flags are definitely not flags where you want to open a whole lot of boxes.
Yeah, it's learning the black belt. It's a different way to play.
It's a very different way to play.
Okay, so Thanar giving back a little bit here because they went to ordeals correctly. I think going to ordeals with the canoe and ship, rather than going and turning in that airship already. So doing the right thing, but unfortunately gonna secede a little bit of time back to Windfox here.
I like this play.
I do too.
I like this play from Windfox.
Yep.
Going straight down to punch Carrie in the face.
Mm-hmm. You even got like 2 shots of Cure 3 here, so you don't even need to burn heal pots. You just two Cure 3s on the black belt, and Kelly's done.
Yeah. And Macklin, our restreamer in chat, does point out the loot goblin is hard to tame. And I know.
Definitely.
I know because I've loot goblined my way to a loss in Winter Tournament and in Summer Co-op.
All right, here we go. Let's see. We got a little bit of punch, a little bit of bye-bye, Kelly.
Fast doesn't even go off.
Ooh, okay. So she took a hit to the face and said, "Give me more." You asked for it.
That was 30. That was 20 hits for 3,300.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right. Now Windfox goes back to Elflin and buys Slab.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what it looks like.
We're gonna bonk on the Elf Prince's building real quick, though. Yeah, here we go. We buy Slab, we translate Slab, we do bottle Slab, turn in all at the same time. We get ourselves our Chime and our Cube, and we know exactly what we have to do. Where's the rod, though? Who's got the rod? Saracen, very true.
Oh Lord, are we gonna have another cheeky rod at Earth?
It's certainly feeling that way right now.
Yeah, cheeky rod in Earth. We had that in the Fighter Week seed last week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh,
okay.
That's right. That's right. Bottomless loot.
We're gonna have to do waterfall too. So then this is either the rod, chime, or cube. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tail was loose in volcano. Okay. Thank you, Thavian. Siberian, we're gonna have to talk about these boxes, my friend.
There are boxes in volcano in a black belt seed.
There are, apparently. Allegedly, there's always 50 boxes or so in volcano. Hey, look, it's those spooky mummies that now run away because their morale is broken. Maybe not. Poison. Yeah, that's bad news bears, those mummies.
Yeah, that's...
Tail was an Ice Cave 6-pack. That's right. I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that. I saw Siberian pick that up too. My brain.
Well, again, there are boxes other than the incentive in ice. And a black belt seed?
Yeah. Mummies have max morale, sir? Yeah, I think you're probably right, Saracen. The Wiz mummies definitely do.
But they were still running away from Windfox.
I mean, it's a level 40, 50 black belt at this point. That scare a lot of things.
And that was the loot. Theodore picks up that loot.
Windfox punching the gas here, going straight to Kraken.
Yep. And punching is the right term, is the right word.
I will also point out, you'll notice that he's going through the water temple here, that some enemies, because we have this black belt in slot 1 with these insane levels, they're running from him. That saves on a lot of inputs and a lot of waiting here. You really want to have that black belt in the front slot here. Even if you're like running a thief, once that black belt's fully online, things are more likely to run from it, which saves you lots of time.
It does. Nope, you go up there, Windfox. It's okay, I've done it too.
But this place turns you around sometimes. Just wait till you play that with, like, random stair placement and, random chest placement.
Oh.
You want to have some fun. Air quote, fun.
That just sounds awful.
It can be fun. You ever see a mermaid floor completely empty? Put on random treasure chests.
And Thanar going after the Earth play, which...
Okay.
If it's Cheeky Rod...
Again here with this Kraken just taking a punch to the face. These fiends are taking the first punch from the black belt, saying, bring it on. Then the fast goes off and they say, I've made a mistake.
Then the fast goes off and they regret their choices.
They sure do. They sure do. Oh, nice. We even got houses and heal pots for sale here. This is beautiful. So this is a 50-50 for Thanar. This is either the rod or the chime, I think, because I'm pretty sure that robot had a vanilla cube. Cue the is this even?
Yeah, and... And Windfox is going to go... Okay, Windfox is going to get that loot. Is going to do loot slab.
Saracen saying the Onrak hint giver told the rod location. Let's see. It is an Earth Cave. Okay, good routing here by Thanar. He pays off.
Cheeky Earth Cave rod.
Yep. So now Windfox is going to get down here. They're going to get their chime. Again, cue the is this even? Because I think that's 1, 2, 3 items minimal that were vanilla.
Well, there are so few.
There's so few, yeah.
There's so few that you almost have to get a few.
Yeah. You're gonna have a couple, I'm sure. Yeah, this is good though, because this will be, picking up their chime. Gonna zip right over. Sky Palace is a very quick climb when you're not opening boxes. It is not that much longer than Volcano. Yeah. I will point that out every week because people see Sky and they think it's a daunting dungeon. The only time Sky is daunting is when you have to open boxes. If you're go moding that, it is no different than Volcano to me.
Yeah, if you are go moding Sky, it is pretty quick.
Yep. You got a couple of long, tedious floors, but that is it.
We do, in fact, however, have patrolling war mech.
Oh, that's fun.
Are we going to see Windfox? Are we going to see Windfox take on War Chicken?
I mean, if he runs into him and he sees him, I could see taking the fight for the lulls, but we don't need it.
See, I can see taking the fight to get some more nuke and fast charges on the Black Mage.
I don't hate that idea. I think the Black Mage has to be maxed out on nuke charges by now with that at level 1. And I can't see them needing more than 5 fast casts. So technically, I think the magic is fine, but I mean, if we're not opening boxes, we got to find somewhere to be greedy. So, you're not wrong here, right?
It's also a matter of let's make the Black Mage nuke safe.
True. Black Mage is 368, I think, on Winfox's side right now, which that plus 20 vitality is just chef's kiss beautiful.
Yes, that is a beautiful thing. And yeah, making that black belt nuke safe is... Oh, it's a sparkle pack.
Winfox, you're going the wrong way.
You're going the right way. Right, up.
Left, up. Wizvamp, best monster. Interesting. What about you think? What's your favorite monster? DM. What's your favorite monster in the game?
Depends. What's my party comp?
I mean, just in general, like, you know, you're playing the game. You're 12 years old back in the day. What is like that monster that you saw? Like, ooh, that's really cool.
I mean, I like Blue Stake.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always a fan of Blue Stake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I was an adult before I ever actually beat this game.
All right,
and it came out when I was a kid.
Fast in the correct order this time. Tiamat casts Sleep, puts the Black Mage to sleep. Black Belt says 18 hits, and Tiamat says, I got fast too. Black Belt says, you're also slow. 18 more hits, and good night.
Yeah, this game came out when I was a kid, and I didn't beat it till I was an adult.
I beat this game for the first time. Me and my friend used to play this at his house after school for, you know, weeks at a time. We would grind on pop. We would wonder why lock didn't work.
Yes.
There's a lot of things we didn't understand. Why isn't fast helping? What's going on here?
Because the vanilla game is so well programmed.
It is. It wasn't rushed out at all.
It wasn't rushed out because Squaresoft was going bankrupt. Which is why they called it. Which is why they called it Final Fantasy, because it was their last ditch effort.
Yep. And here we are, 30 plus years later.
Hey, it's Jay Cooperbats.
All right, Thanar getting their cube from the robot. They're going to do a quick little spin through Sea Shrine as well. They're about a dungeon behind Winfox here, which is about a Ordeals dive behind as well. So this tracks. All right, Winfox getting there. Obviously, the rod has to be here. Lulz moment, and gonna keep progressing. Mummies again, because the seed is jokes right now.
Seed has all the jokes.
Yeah. Just lulling you into a false sense of security.
Has Winfox turned in the bottle?
Yes. I think. Yes. Semi-wrong pathing here through
less than fully optimal.
Less than fully optimal,
not
but it doesn't really matter. I thought I saw them stop there, but maybe that was Thanar. Goats are our tracker in chat here saying they don't think so either. Let's see if they save after Lich. The Scourge of the Underground. The first fiend that shows you how feeble and weak you... Never mind.
Oh, wait, there was a Lich fight? I blinked.
No, I thought there was. We're about to find out pretty quick if he has that loot or not. 4,300 damage, yeah, Channingen. Black Belt go, hi!
Black Belt go punch.
Yep. Alright, let's see.
Yep.
They do. Okay, they do. So they do have it. You just talk to it. Talk to it. Talk to it.
Just talk to the orb.
Winfox. Talk to the orb. Winfox. There you go.
There we go.
Look, we've all had moments like that.
Yeah. Lich 2.
All right.
1,000 to 2,000 health.
Ooh, with damage poison. That's cute. Another fast. 3356. A little less damage than to Lich 1, but still quite a significant punch.
And that black belt that black mage is nuke safe.
It is. And we have
nuclear safe.
Okay, nuclear right there. Let's see. Another punch. 19 is 3100.
3100, which is more than carry 2's mix.
71 heal pots. This is fine. All right, Kraken. Fast goes off. Good order again. Punch.
18 to 3600. Very absorby.
6 hits for not a lot of damage. We got lock 2. That's a good thing. We found ourselves an evasive Kraken here. But we one lock is good enough. Okay, 14 hits, 2400 damage. Down goes Kraken. Black Mage still up, which feels really good.
Yeah. And here's a Tia 2. That's 22 to 4400 health.
Bunch. 11 for 1072. It's fine. More lock. Seems safe. 17, 2640. Bye.
And on to Chaos. Chaos will have 4 to 8,000 health.
Okay, maybe want to consider moving the Black Mage here to slot 1, but I don't think it really matters.
Not with less so with 999 health.
Yeah, if we were in the 700s, I'd be a little scared, but you know, yeah, even the punch in slot 4, not moving was correct. First punch, 14, 1682. We're even got some tempers to spare. Another punch, 13 hits, 2105. Maybe a lock, just cause. There you go. Attaboy.
There we go.
Punch. 17, 2906. Get your GGs out in chat for WinFox, finishing with a race time, .gg time of 43 minutes, 48 seconds. A GGs, that is good enough for 4th place overall tonight.
So our runners ahead of him, Saracen, the other former Duck John, at 35-35. Friday at 36-34.
Very nice.
Shanigan, 43-22.
Shanigan, that's silly with a solo black belt, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're joined in the booth here by WinFox. Hey, GG's, man.
GG.
What's up?
That was a very well run black belt seed. Well done. Well done.
Ignore the 30 seconds there in tow for forgetting to just, press A.
It happens.
It happens, man.
I mean, Imagine beating Shanigan if you just remember to press A instead of fumbling in your menu for 30 seconds.
Imagine.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. So, GG's, that was a very well-run seed.
Yes.
I think you pathed that correctly across the board. 7 boxes open, so you can see right there, you're under that double-digit number that we're really looking for in these kind of flag sets. What are your thoughts on the black belt? You seem to really have a grasp on what you were doing tonight. Before you do tell me, though, I just want to point something out with your screen here. 7,600 steps and 7 boxes. Those are some really good numbers in a black belt seed. The couple of numbers you want to think about again, chat, your steps. You want to keep them under 8,000 if you can for these, specifically with this kind of flag set. And your boxes, again, you want to be less than 10. When you're learning and playing right here in the beginning, do what you got to do. Get your comfort level and find it. But once you really want to start kind of getting to the level, like you see what WinFox did here, you see what Saracen did there, and all our other runners tonight, like those are the numbers you want to strive for. So please, WinFox, your thoughts, sir.
Well, after my Duck Derby last year, I don't know if you guys are playing the spring tournament flags this year. I know those flags haven't been revealed yet. I don't think they have been. The quote black belt week for the Duck Derby. With that abysmal race that I had, I took a lot of time to learn the black belt. And here we are a year later.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing here. It showed.
Yeah, it showed that you knew what was going on.
I really think that you're made a lot of correct decisions. You had some things that worked in your favor, like the pathing to get your chime before the rod, and then knowing the rod had to be an earth. Theonar took a bit of the opposite approach, and just YOLO dived Earth Cave and ended up running into the rod, which is wild. They 50-50'd it. They guessed right.
That's a choice to dip Earth without the rod. I mean, it's a gamble. Obviously, it worked out this seed, but next seed, you could be wasting 2 minutes in there, but it's a gamble.
With exit and everything on the Black Mage, I get it. And it was a 50-50, and I think Saracen told us that the Onrak hint giver told us where that rod was, so maybe they checked it and I forgot. But if not, that's a ballsy play, YOLOing Earth Cave like that.
I mean, I saw the only hint that I wanted to see, and that was in Corneria.
The loot, yeah.
Floater. That was the only hint I cared about, was seeing the floater and where it was at. I'm like, cool, I need key. Cool.
Yeah, I think that was a good hint, and then the loot from the bottle, I think, was the other hint that we saw that was pretty quality. I think that was Crescent Lake.
Yeah, I know we found the ruse stick in
Matoya,
and at that point I knew every other check was required for the rest of the game.
Yep.
That's the only incentivized item in this flag set. So when I found that, I was like, cool, I'm checking literally everything.
Yeah. And you can even see the 7 chests open there. Chad, like, he knew what he had to do. He full cleared, air quote, full clear black belt, blah, blah, blah. But 7 boxes still. They weren't distracted by, that loot goblin. Let me see if I can grab a ribbon here. We don't care. This black belt goes fast.
I mean, that should have been 5 chests. Just my muscle memory grabbed the first 2 chests in Dwarf Cave, just naturally go and press up.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, why
muscle
not?
memory, and I opened them. I was like, oops, didn't need to open those, but whatever. If I randomly spike a ribbon, cool.
Yeah, I don't hate looking for a little bit of cash early either.
It's not an awful loot. That's not an awful loot goblin. It's not a lot of wasted time.
Probably better to open those boxes, honestly, than they open the 3 in the Temple of Fiends. So, I mean...
Yes.
Again, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other at that point.
Well, because not only the Temple of Fiends boxes more steps, the Temple of Fiends boxes also have potential encounters.
Chanigan saying they open 4 boxes. I said it. I called it. I said Chanigan's going to open 4 boxes. I nailed it.
Also,
very proud of you.
Encounter. The encounter, I was just always off by 1 tile every time when I wanted to know I wanted to hard reset off a save.
Right.
I triggered the encounter. I was like, son of a.
That's funny.
I was like, every time.
I noticed that a couple times too. That's funny.
I noticed that.
DM kept talking about encounter manipulation, and then you kept getting an encounter, and then you'd see the anger reset right after that. I'm like, oh, I see what he's doing here.
Because every single time, like the very first time I knew I was walking from Cornelia to Provoca, I would count the beats in the music until I got the encounter. I was like, on beat 20, on beat 19, hard reset. And every time it's like, I would hit 19, I'd hit the encounter, I'm just like, what changed?
Alright, Thanar.
It's because of those free steps outside of Corneria, I think.
Probably, yeah.
That's probably what it was, yeah.
Thanar talking to the door there, that shows you that it is locked, and even though this is short Topher, you still do need the key.
Yeah, it is a, there are those couple of free steps coming down out of Corneria.
Yeah.
That are, that can throw you off on encounter manip. It's why I don't encounter manip off of that. It's why I wait until I'm coming back from Provoca to really think about my encounter manip.
Yeah. I like to take a feel of where it is leaving Canaria, because that gives me an idea, like you were saying, DM, when I'm leaving Provoca and really trying to find where it is, that gives me, in my mind, like where I think it is, using those musical cues that you were pointing out, Winfox. So that's a good way to look at it.
Because I never remember what's free and what's not between Corneria and Toph.
I know there's a map somewhere out there. Someone has the X's and O's in front of the start on what is and isn't.
Alright, here we go. Thanar working their way through this Temple of Fiends Revisited. little bit of resistance there, but life on the black belt is just so very nice to have.
Really nice. This was a super nice setup for...
It was.
And Thanar pulls Chaos.
Here we go. We
going best.
You better punch and not ruse. Don't you dare. There you go. Tempers because we got him. Why not? Should be one more turn here. This Chaos had what? Maybe somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000. It didn't roll max for sure. There you go. 36-17. Gee.
Okay, there's a great question in chat. What is the pseudo ribbon? The pseudo ribbon is the black belt MDef of +4 per level.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you when you get to, I think it's 47.
I think that's correct,
your MDef.
Yeah.
And GG Thanar.
Yeah. Joining the
did it.
GG's.
That is an official race time GG time of 52:08, and that puts you in 7th. 5th was Franklin with 44:35. 6th was Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna with 51:14, and Thanar 52:08. GG to you.
GG's.
Thank you. I had a technical hiccup just after I finished the Sea Shrine dive. Went to save. My fingers hit the reset button just before it hit.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm like, I know it takes about this long. Oh no, that's a hiccup, and my finger's already tensing to hit the reset.
It happens.
I didn't realize it till after I went up to waterfalls, coming back down. Wait, why isn't my water orb lit? Oh no!
I thought I saw you in there twice, but I was like, maybe I'm seeing things because this is black belt and we're all going fast. So, ouch.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll point out the end screen there again, chat. Looking 82.40 on the steps. That's fine. We want to be around 8,000. That's a little much, but like Thanar just said, they had to double dive Sea Shrine. So right there, that's a reason they're over 8,000. And then those 5 chests. I mean, it's beautiful. You want to be under 10. Like I said, 20 in the beginning here if you really want to get some comfort learning a black belt for the first time. Try to find some gear, but those are the numbers you want to strive for.
I'll remind people the one I ran last night, and you'll be able to see the VOD when it's coming up. It should be coming up in the next day or two. 4 chests.
Reptar. I think I said find some gear. It might have sounded like Reptar. Find some gear.
Matoya with the ruse stick.
You knew that it was a full clear, and you knew you were probably having to do that anyway.
Yep, and so I'm just like, well, I'm here. Okay, let's just do this. Going through, looking through things, getting to the end. I'm like, okay. I haven't been to Earth yet. I've only got 2 items left.
Did you YOLO that?
I'm pretty sure Rod's in Earth. I'm just gonna go for it. And if it's not, it's the other thing I need, which will have the rod which will have the rod. Either way.
Very curious, because Saracen in chat said that the Onrak hint giver told us the rod was there, and I knew you had done Sea Shrine before, so I was not sure if you had checked the hint giver, so props to you for YOLOing that.
No, honestly, I forget the Onrak hint giver is there because they're not on screen when you're walking by. I forget they exist.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
I forget they exist.
It was better than even shot that Rod is here based on what I assume logic is, and if I'm wrong, I get the other thing I need anyway. Whatever. I'm losing a minute and a half. I have exit.
Yep. Slimes with heal 3 just because that's cute.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Inferna pulling an eye in the wild.
Yep. You get those sometimes in Sky.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt really good about this. It was a lot of how does this work again? Oh yeah, that's how this works again.
Well, if you were saying that to yourself, you didn't show, because I thought you ran a very solid race.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
you
really
ran
well done.
You ran a solid seed there.
Thank you. There were a couple of points where I'm like, no, I need to do this other thing first. Fingers, work with me here.
Running a black belt seed is a very, very different mindset from running any other melee character.
Yep, I watched your 102 class and I thought, okay, let me see if I can do this. And earlier this afternoon, I ran the Duckling Weekly seed trying to imitate you, and it went really well. I went, okay, when the race happens, I'll do that again.
I'm glad I was able to. I'm glad that was able to give you some insight and some help.
It really did, because I thought, okay, I think I kind of understand how the black belt works. Watched your video. I did not understand at all how the black belt worked. Even after like a VOD review with Fizzlebeef, it didn't sink in. It took months of running this before it really sank in. Oh, this is how the BB works. Touch nothing, get somebody to buff you, and steamroll the seed. Done. Got it.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yes, because you're never looking for gear, you're only looking for levels.
Yep, you're looking for levels, money for the key item, money for spells if you find the ones you want.
Well, and the only time you have to grind money is the only time you have to look for money is if your key item is something you need to get to your grind. Is if the shop item is something you need to get to your grind.
Yep, that happened in the weekly.
Yes, but fortunately, as I recall, it wasn't all that expensive, and let's not spoil the weekly too much.
That's right. The weekly. I'm
running that after the
The weekly was released today. My brain, look, time is weird and days all blend together. I'm sorry. Everybody forget what I just said. You heard nothing. Neuralizer.
Alright, Siberian into Temple of Fiends. Looks like Inferna may have ended their stream and turned their delay off. We're not sure. We're going to have to check on that one. But they did finish with a racetime.gg time of 102.51 that you see our restreamer Mecklin put up on there. So GG's to Inferna. GG's.
GG's indeed.
GG.
Oh, ribbon in the incentive chest. Ribbon in the Pro Cape ribbon. Wow, the validation chests were loaded.
Look at all that gear. Look at all that great gear that he found.
Look at all that great gear that is. Look at all that great gear that is completely irrelevant to the black belt scene.
Look, we got a Masa for that, Black Mage in slot 2 that's going to swing it for 3 hits for 116 damage. Watch. 3 hits, 61 damage. Excuse me.
61 damage.
I was close.
I will say in the race room before the race that I was going to let the black belt die and run 3 casters and just caster comp the whole way through.
That'd be so funny if you did that. We were wondering if Siberian was going to do that for the memes.
I mean, finding the Masa, it's possible.
It is. It certainly is. The scaling on Chaos makes it a little spooky thinking about just rolling in there with nukes and Masa and mages. But, I mean, you're not going to run into too much resistance in this flag set the way it's designed.
Yeah.
That's okay, Inferna. Inferna in chat says, forgot ending the stream would cut it regardless of delay. You are welcome to pop into the voice chat if you would like to if you'd like an interview.
Join us. We don't bite.
Unless you ask us to.
I wasn't going to say it.
Look, usually you got to pay extra for that.
But I thought it real hard.
So,
okay,
Inferna, for the
apparently ordeals.
Next time for Inferna, next time you end your stream, it'll give you an option to not discard delay. As someone who has done that in the I don't know if Shumbabi, my partner's out there, for co-op. It was either the semifinals or the finals of co-op a couple years ago. So as someone that has discarded their delay before, it is a squench moment. So lessons learned. I have been there, and we're joined in the chat by you. GG's. How are you?
GG.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. It happens.
So we'll ask you what we've been discussing with Windfox and Thanar. How many chests opened and how many steps?
We're about to find out. Hopefully.
It was. Where's my? I took pictures of that before I closed the.
Wonderful.
I just have to remember. There it is. So I had 8,851 steps, 7 chests.
Okay.
Good
on the
Good
boxers. Little much on the steps. We're looking for around 8,000, but again, that's not so bad. Anything under 10 is great in these flags. If you just really want to shoot for speed, under 8 is where you want to go. But GG's. 7 boxes is great.
Yeah, I think this has been the 7th time I've played FF1 ever.
That's very impressive. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I still get a little lost sometimes, and with
that happens.
Yeah,
the speed boosts, it's very easy to overshoot.
definitely.
100%. I overshoot just walking through town.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the black magic shop. Why is there a wall? Okay, nope, I'm one tile too far. Let me go. Oh, nope, it's another wall.
I was happy to remember in a lot of the dungeons, at least, if not pulled them off, realized where I screwed up my step count and was a tile over from walking into the door tile and getting the free step. I caught that in a sea shrine, walking up on the second floor. I was one tile over and went, damn.
Yep.
That is not... Sea Shrine is not an easy one to remember all of your step routing.
Hug the left side as you're walking up there. That's how I've remembered.
Yeah, I got that one. I think it was the one after that. I was a tile off.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly which one it was, but one of the floors. I got the first one. That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah, I got the first and the second. I think it was the third one that I was a tile over. Oh, well.
Siberian Bull, unfortunately, doing the caster strats.
Yeah, they got punched in the face right there pretty hard by Tia.
Ooh.
Hello, Raiders. Ray Goo Glitch, thank you for the raid. Welcome to, we're just wrapping up here, the Duckling Bootcamp Race 2 Black Belt Week. Welcome to the raid. Thank you.
And
hello, new friends.
Siberian resets out and starts that over again.
Yeah, that seems like the correct decision here.
It seems, it's the right decision.
Black Belt only has 6 hits. I wonder what level that Black Belt is. I think they're 26 or so, maybe?
Yeah, somewhere around 26, 28.
So they're going to be able to get through this.
Given that HP.
With fast and with 3 new casters and tempers and all that stuff. Like, we're going to get through. Oh, okay. Hi, Lich with damage poison.
2 new casters because it's Oreo.
He reset to triple black mage.
Oh, my mistake.
I missed it almost too. I caught it at the last minute. And with the Mega Man sprites, it's a little difficult to tell.
Yeah.
The white mage is bluish though, and he's got 3 yellowish orange guys.
I think the annoying part for me was walking in to ice, getting to the building that would have let me drop down to the eye, and getting clobbered by red skeletons.
Was that the blizzard and stuff that I saw there?
I believe it was. They just went, well, your black belt dies.
Yeah.
And the only other thing you got is a black mage, so what are you gonna do? Time to go again.
Yep. I feel that. My first ice dive, I think it was birds with damage poison that wiped me.
So I'll tell you the thing to remember on it was that the black mage had warp.
Warp and exit, yeah.
Warp and exit.
Yeah, and I forgot that in my ice dive. I remembered after that, though.
You did. I did want to ask you. You routed Ice Cave normally. You didn't use the warp trick. I remember that now.
Yeah, because dumb.
Ah, I wouldn't say that. It's very easy to forget, when you get that kind of a bonus, especially when it's slot 8 magic that you're probably never going to cast.
Right. Yeah. The problem is, I named my black mage Tella to remind me that he had telemagic.
I can't help you there then.
Like I said, I had a dumb brain moment, and just ran with it.
Hey, anyone that says they've never had that happen to you is lying.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about it after the walked
Bane,
out.
Poison Smoke, wipes Siberian Bull's party. Aside from the black belt, we should have 2 shots of wipe, though, on this black belt. We should have 2 shots, right? Okay, that's so we're going to bring 2 of these guys are going to bring up. I hope you didn't bring up the 2 that don't have the ribbon, though. I think Ryan has the ribbon.
Oh, no. Fortunately, that can get moved.
It can be.
Yeah, and you can always, and if Ryan is the one that has the ribbon, then that tells us that that's one of the 3 and 256 slots.
Yeah. Saracen in the chat right there. It did not get moved. If I'm right, I think Ryan had the. I think Ryan has the ribbon. That damage poison did not a lot of damage to slot 3.
Oh.
You're kind of seeing here what happens. Like, this black belt is fine. Like, you see that 13 hits. Like, this is a black belt that's no joke once it gets fasted. But the difference between a level 42 and a level 32 black belt is the proof's in the pudding right there, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was glad I blew my guy all the way up to 42. And
I take it back. None of those guys had a ribbon. None of them have a ribbon. Okay. The ribbon's on the black belt.
The ribbon of the black belt.
The ribbon is on the correct character. I take it all back.
Yeah.
That and the
gold plus 4.
That the black belt only has 630 health.
Okay, so if we get a fast off, this is probably going to be fine.
Yeah,
and we did.
Yep, got the fast off.
Okay, that's a chaos that didn't punch for very much. I have to say, curious, we have sleep 2, but no lock 2, but that's okay. 12 hits, 500 damage.
Might have just bought the wrong spell. They were next to each other.
Again, 3 black mages. You're buying spells across the board. It happens. White shirt coming up huge, though.
Yeah.
White shirt coming up big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
Black belt on an E, though.
10 hits, 872. This chaos only had about 5,600.
Between 5 and 6K.
10 hits, 1,100. This is a lot of faith in the black belt avoiding another punch. 11 hits, 16.
Terminating.
GG's, Siberian. That was a clencher. GG's.
That was a clencher, and I wasn't even playing. Oh, well done.
Welcome, Siberian Bull.
GG's.
GG's, buddy.
Yeah, that's those were some interesting choices.
Well, didn't help.
109 is not bad. It's not a bad time for a black belt.
It also didn't help that I wiped on Tia and then going down into waterfall and getting poison wiped and having to walk back through waterfall again.
Yeah, you ran into some of the nasty out there. You took a little bit of a hard go of it at a couple times, which is crazy because you had a party that felt the most secure with 3 nuke casters.
I mean, the only other thing I really wish I didn't do was when I went to go do when I went to dive into ice is I ended up healing up the party before taking on that eye. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. I need to let them wipe.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And we were wondering the full party grind. Like, I thought it made sense to take it for a little bit. But you definitely want to, you recognize it. So I understand that too.
We've all done it.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that, it's like, it got to the point where it's like, all right, I'm gonna have to go forego ribbon just to get through this seed faster, and then it was at the end, fortunately. But it's like,
Yeah.
I really wish I had a single ribbon through this seed.
Template Fiend's coming through there in the end, which is kind of funny.
Turns out validation chests are valid.
Sometimes.
Outside of that, I felt seed was fine. I've been going over. I've been making sure in my mind to recheck my incentives. I was like, all right, what am I really checking here?
Mm-hmm. You routed that very well. I thought you didn't make, I thought every decision you made had purpose, and you did a lot of things the right way.
Yeah, the only dungeon I think I really just full cleared was Volcano, hoping to find something of value in there, and that was it.
Yeah. Which there's a lot of chests in there, so
it's a chest dense location. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like after that, it was more like chests along the way, and then that was it.
Do you remember what your totals were for chests? Curious.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Gotcha. We've been quizzing people. The numbers that we're telling chat they want to shoot for is about 8,000 steps and less than 10 boxes in a typical black belt seed. I was saying that like early on, 20 boxes or so to get some gear, get some comfort is fine. But if you want to run these at the elite level, that was the numbers chat was, we were telling chat to kind of strive for here. It's a fun little test. Black belts are so different. They just are very different compared to the way you play other melees.
Yeah. Well, this seed I probably could have grinded a little less, but it's like, let's do it. Let's do it the right way. And then, well, the other thing was when I went to that eye, I had not just nukes, but I had the quad axe. So like, okay, this will one shot the evil eye and help speed up the grind. Outside of that, I felt good about the run.
Again, looked good to me.
Yeah, you made solid decisions.
DM, anything you want to ask around here for these guys before we toss them around for final thoughts, you think?
I'll say that if you watch this back, Siberianville, you'll hear us talk about loot goblining.
A little bit.
I assume that's aimed at me.
I mean, there's something to be said for checking the hairpins in Volcano when it means something. There's something to be said for checking the hairpins involve a black belt design flag set. But hey, you know what? If you had fun, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
What are you doing playing if you're not having fun?
I don't really have anything necessarily else I'd like to ask, so let's roll it back around for final thoughts.
Sounds good. WinFox, first on stream, 4th overall. Final thoughts.
I guess as the vet of this restream, definitely watch this race back to all the ducklings that ran this. I know Chanigan did solo black belt shenanery. Maybe watch him if you want to see some craziness, but watch the restream. Go watch him with Saracen, because I think he took first overall with
35. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Saracen's back at jump speed because it'll be done in 10 minutes. I want to see what he did.
Even as a vet, I kind of want to watch what he did, because I am blown away by that time. I'm just like, wow. But yeah, watch this race back. You can learn a lot.
Yeah. I saw them in chat, and I was like, wait a minute, what? And then I looked, I'm like, what?
Yeah. I was pulling the chaos and pulled up the race room. I was just like, how is he done?
That's a very fast tie. That sounds like he faded ordeals, maybe, and didn't get the ruse stick. So,
but yeah, GG's anyway. Everyone. Good luck in the Duck Derby.
Thank you, GG's. Thanar, second on stream, 7th overall, 52.08, great time. Final thoughts.
How did Saracen how did they get half my time? I don't understand. But I always love hearing that somebody beat my time by a huge amount in a race setting, so I can be like, okay, I know exactly what was going on. What did they do?
You know what's fun to do in this kind of situation, especially if you have two monitors. Watch on one screen, have yours up, and on the other screen have Saracens or Fryteats or Chanigans or Winfox even, and just watch them and watch where you are when they are where they are. That's what I did in the beginning, learning black belts, watching people like Gregory Puff and comparing myself to them and just trying to see where I needed to be to learn how to run a black belt. And you see some surprising things, so that could be very helpful. All right. Kicking it around to Inferna, a third on stream, 8th overall. GG's. Final thoughts.
That was a blast. Black Belt is ridiculous. When he can unload, it's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
The grind necessity is really the only limiting factor, as long as the settings allow for it.
Well,
We talked a little bit about that.
You can always find a grind. It's just sometimes you have to look. When it's vanilla tiles, you know where the grind is.
Yeah. 3 tiles you really want to think about: the eye tile, the agama tile, and like DM was saying earlier, that don't sleep on the zombie dragons and ordeals if you really need to kind of YOLO it. All right, Siberian Bull. Final thoughts on the seed. 4th on stream, 9th overall. GG's. Any final thoughts?
My stream RNG luck being dismal continues.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
Final thoughts from you, Luffy?
I mean, Black Belt Week is fun. Black Belt's my favorite melee. I enjoyed this. You saw some really great stuff tonight. I'm going to watch Saracen back as well because I want to see 35 is a blistering time. And in Fry Teeth, not too shabby as well. 36-34, which is also crazy fast. And Saracen topped that by like a minute. So, I mean, that's wild. GG's to both of the runners. This is a lot of fun. Thank you to Mecklin for restreaming, Goats and Fabian Hawk for the tracking, and UDM for joining me in the booth tonight and letting me chat with you. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely has. Again, thanks to all the folks. Thanks to all the crew. Thanks to everyone who raced. Thanks to our four restreamed runners: Windfox, Inferna, Thanar, and Siberian Bolt. We appreciate you guys. If you are enjoying this content, you can join the Discord. We've still got 4.5 more weeks worth of Duckling Boot Camp, and then a Duckling Derby to follow that up. The winter tournament just finished up. We'll have a summer co-op. We'll have more tournaments coming throughout the year, and we do have a weekly We do have a couple of weekly asyncs going on. One on these flags that posted this morning. So that'll run until next Monday morning. So on behalf, thank you again to RPG Limit Break for letting us use their channel for this race. So on behalf of all of our crew, on behalf of Luffy DV, I have been DM Stewart 1981. Thank you all, and good night.